Development held at the Soweto Golf Club in Pimville, Soweto from the 14th to the 17th of April 2016. The festival is the only professional golf tournament held in the township. Each year, the festival attracts avid golf fans as well as golf players from around the township and beyond. Besides providing entertainment to attendees, the festival contributes towards job creation and skills development, supporting small business enterprises with all services to locals. Joining us in studio now to tell us more is Jimmy Headbush, who is the organizer. Good morning. Welcome to Morning Live.
Good morning, Leo. Thanks for having me.
Good. Thank you so much for being with us. How was the weekend in general? If you can wrap up the festival for us.
The fourth edition of the festival this year, which concluded yesterday, was a resounding success. We had a lot of them attracted a number of spectators from around Soweto, and also the Pro-Am tournament, which was on Thursday, with a lot of corporate executives coming through to Soweto to play against the professional players.
Yeah. How's the festival grown? It's in its fourth year now. How's it evolved?
Well, we are actually quite proud of what we've seen happen in and around the golf course, since we started the event 4 years ago. Firstly, in terms of what we've seen, the developments happening at the golf club itself, we've seen the renovation of the country, of their clubhouse. We've seen an improvement on the standard of the golf course, and also in terms of their membership, we've seen a growth in the golf club's membership. And that's one of the main reasons we came up with hosting this event, to say we know that through sport, through major events, there's a lot that can be achieved to benefit the immediate community, indirectly and also directly. So since the event started, we've seen a lot of development, a lot of growth, besides the event itself, but also the impact it has in the community.
Now there's the program or the youth development program where it includes 100 youngsters. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yes, thanks for that, Leo. The first 2 years we launched it. The first year we had a golf clinic, and the second it was just a golf clinic, And last year we then introduced a junior tournament. The reason being a clinic is just a once-off, and the main event was the main reason was to get kids, introduce the sport to youngsters, and then from there, hoping that they will take up the sport and enroll in the Soweto development program, which the club runs there. So ours was just to make sure we attract a lot of kids to get them interested. And then on the third year, we thought, after these kids have now started took up golf, then what? So we said to incorporate it in our plans. We then introduced a junior tournament where we get the under 18s talented kids to play, compete amongst themselves. And that event now has become a standalone event outside the festival, and that is as a result of the festival. And then I must say also, one of the youngsters last year played in the professional tournament, but as an amateur, and we're proud that this year he played as a pro. He turned pro end of last year, Godfrey Park. So to see things like that happening, that kind of development happening in reality, it's not just the talk, and I think it actually came in the top 10 this year in the professional tournament. So we're really proud of seeing those kinds of developments happening.
Who won the tournaments? Tell us a little bit about what happened.
This year the winner is Peter Kruger. He won the PJ professional tournament. It's a 3-day tournament, and this is the first time that a player not from Soweto winning, So I'm sure the Soweto pros, the Soweto community, they're not happy. The cup leaving Soweto or going to Pretoria, because the defending champion Musiwalo Nettunes won the first 2 years. Last year it was Sipho Bujela, and Musiwalo came second this year. So he just couldn't
took his eyes off the ball.
Yes, so to speak. And Sipho still ended in the top 10, but it was quite a close contest, you know. And I'm sure, looking forward to next year, I'm sure the Soweto players will want to, you know, retain the tournament in Soweto.
How do you ensure that it's different though each year?
You know what we try and do as for the namesake, the festival. Besides just the golf, we try to make it more of a lifestyle event, introduce new things each year. You know, last year we had, actually 2 years ago, we had a shipping set up outside.
Right.
You know, and then last year we had a live entertainment, a band coming. And this year we had a comedian, you know, during the prize giving. So each year we try and introduce different things, elements in the festival. We also had a car dealership displaying their cars, you know, at the clubhouse and on the golf course. And those things really add different vibrance during the festival. Yeah.
How are we doing in you know, decreasing the myth that golf is this, you know, sport for people that are just up there, you know, it's for the elite. How are we doing in terms of getting those myths out, you know, getting rid of them?
Yeah, I think there we are still a long way to getting there. But initiatives such as the Soweto Festival of Golf, we need more of them to really change that perception, because to be truly honest, it is a myth, you know, and that's one of the reasons that led us to take a professional tournament in a township, because there isn't such, you know, a tournament. And also people still up to today find out that there is actually a golf course in a township, you know, and also when I approached the PGA in 2010 with this idea, and before we started planning, we took the then chief executive Dennis Brains to the golf course to say, before we start planning, is this golf course to this? Yes, you know. And then when he gave it a stamp of approval, we were all excited, and then the work started then, you know. And so an event like this, you know, really contributes towards changing that perception, you know.
All right, Jimmy, we have to cut it short, but thank you so much for talking to us. Jimmy Headbush talking to us about the Soweto Golf Cup, which happened at the weekend, which is Soweto Festival of Golf. In fact, it took place from the 14th to the 17th. All right, let's take an ad break. Stay with us.